Hi everybody, I am Elliot Chan. I am a content marketer. I've been a content marketer for over 5 years now. I started out as a copywriter, content writer, and if you are thinking of getting into the marketing industry, working in the marketing department, content writing, copywriting is a fantastic way to get your foot in the door. But how do you actually prepare yourself to get your foot in the door? What do you actually do? How do you put on that shoe to get your foot in the door? So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a few things you can do to help position yourself as a content writer, get your work seen by employers, and grow your portfolio. All right, let's start. So the first thing you should do, let's say you just graduated from high school, or you've graduated from university and you've been doing odd jobs for a few years, and you finally decided, I'm going to be a content writer. Content writing is what I want to do, or marketing is what I want to do. The first thing I would recommend is to go back to school, take a course. It doesn't have to be a program, it doesn't have to be another degree or anything like that. Going back to school is a great way to just sort of get that momentum going, because a lot of what content writing, the job of content writing itself is homework. So it's good to practice the discipline of being in school, having deadlines, having assignments, having a team of people to work with. It's just a good way to get you mentally prepared for the world that you're gonna enter into. It's a super safe place to start your career. School itself offers a lot of opportunities for you to collaborate with like-minded individuals. There's a lot of social groups. I worked at a student newspaper for a while, event planning organizations. All of these little collective of people need a writer. Another great thing is that your instructors are often working professionals, so they can be a great resource for you. By you letting them know that this is what you're interested in, that can help them help you. The second thing that you should do, and I highly encourage this, in fact, this one is mandatory. You have to start your own blog. You have to start writing. You have to start creating content. If you really don't want to deal with that at the moment, but you still want to write content, Medium is a fantastic choice. So the important thing about a blog is that you get into the practice of publishing. If an employer is considering hiring you, they will need to see samples, writing samples. And the days of trying to get someone like a printed sheet is gone. They just want a link. Send them a link. The great thing about having a website is you get to control it. You get to control the story you want to tell about yourself. You get to put testimonials from former clients or coworkers. Just start getting anything to sort of build up the reputation you have. You could put photos of yourself, anything to sort of jazz it up. And the About page is also a great place to share your story. This can allow the potential employer to get to know you a little bit better, know your history, know what got you here into the content writing world, and just better understand you and see if you're the right culture fit for the company. And anything like that will just save your time and saves their time as well. So I really recommend having a website and keep publishing stuff in it. Keep it updated, keep it current. If you're not sure what niche you're actually gonna fit in, write a little bit about everything. Write a restaurant review, write a company profile, write an opinion piece. The more stuff you have, the more options you have to share with different companies when they come looking for you. So easy, and you can house it all on your own website. The third thing you should do is to start reaching out to other content writers. Just start getting onto people's radar. Let people know that this is what you're aspiring to do. Because content writing, like any other job, it usually goes referral first. People want to hire someone they know. So you're more likely to get a job if you are already on someone's radar. So one way you could do it is to start looking at content from local businesses that you're interested in potentially working with, and just finding content, finding a blog post, finding a landing page that you really like the content from, and then go on LinkedIn, find out who wrote it, and send them a message. Just a nice like, hey, I saw this, it was awesome, it's really good, and ask them one question, just one question. There's different ways of finding people. You can use LinkedIn. There's also an app called hunter.io which allows you to throw in a URL of a website, and it'll tell you all the emails associated with it. And potentially you could find the marketer or the content writer and just reach out to them. Send them a nice little email. Let them know who you are, how much you appreciated the work. It's unlikely that you'll get a job from them, but it is a fantastic way of staying proactive. And if there's no event happening, this is just a good way to build out your network and just be a friendly person. So the next thing you should do is to start pitching to other online publications. I know this might seem incredibly daunting, especially when you're starting, but this is something you're gonna have to do when you become a content writer. You have to come up with ideas, you have to pitch them to your team, you have to convince them that it's a good idea, and then you're gonna actually have to write it. So guest blogging is one of the best ways to A, start building out your reputation as a content writer, B, expanding your network, meeting people, start working, and C, actually build out your portfolio so you have content to show. So having content on your blog is great. Having content for other companies is even better. This gives you a variety of stuff to show. This shows that you're a hustler for yourself and that you actually create content that other people want to publish. And that is the name of the game, really. So how do you go about finding blogs to contribute to? There's so many of them out there, right? So one of the easiest way to start with this is to just go to Google and you have an idea in your head. Let's say my idea is skateboarding. I want to write about skateboarding and I have this awesome guest post idea for skateboarding. I want to find a related website to write for. I'll type in skateboarding, and then I'll type in something such as write for us or contributor submission. And then I'll hit enter and see what pops up. Odds are you'll find a few publications there that are actually looking for contributors. So the next thing that you should do is to start meeting with other creatives. These are designers, these are cinematographers, these are artists, these are front-end developers. You'll begin to find that a lot of their projects are not so different from yours and that your writing could greatly complement whatever they're doing. And it's not that far apart. Every project is sort of adjacent to each other. Having experience working with people in different departments is a huge asset. If you want to become a content writer, it could get you in the door really fast because those people, they need writers. And many times, once you get a job as a content writer, the next logical promotion is for you to become a content marketer or a marketing manager. And for your employers to recognize that you're capable of communicating with people in different departments, understanding how Photoshop works, understanding how Final Cut works. It's also a great way to meet people who don't have your skill sets, so when they need help, they would call on you. The last tip that I want to offer is actually one that I lived through, and that is to do a profile of a new company. So what do I mean by a profile? I mean, you find a new company, a company that started within the last year or so, and you reach out to them. You email the CEO, you email the founder, and you let them know who you are, that you want to write a story about their company. You want to talk to them, you want to share their mission. You take them out, you meet them for coffee, you buy them coffee, they buy you coffee. It doesn't matter who's gonna buy coffee because it's a mutual exchange. So what you wanna do is you want to ask the CEO or the founder, whoever you're interviewing, a bunch of questions. You wanna know what problem they're solving and how are they solving it. That is the main story. That is a company profile. You write it. Ideally, you would pitch it to a larger online media so it gets more views, but if you can't do that, publish it on your own blog, share it to as many people as possible, get exposure for this article, get people to care about it. As much as it is you are interviewing them, you are also evaluating their company to see if it is something that aligns with your career goals. So let's say it's great, it's wonderful, it all works out. You're a perfect match. So the life of a manager or a founder of a new company is very hectic. They're dealing with a lot of stuff. They're dealing with their product, they're dealing with their new team, they're dealing with taxes and all that stuff. And often marketing is one area that gets somewhat overlooked. For you to come in and say, hey, I have this skill, I'm a writer, I could help write content for you. You already have that connection. You've shown that you have the interest in their business. Now all you got to do is just sell your skill, which they have already witnessed. They probably read that article that you wrote about them. So it's like, I have writing skills. I could do this. I could work for you. Most likely you start off working with them as a contractor, and from there you get to decide which direction you want to take your career. How exciting. They might offer you a salary position in a few months, in a year or so, or you could choose to start doing the same process, auditing other companies and deciding which ones you actually want to work for. As a content writer, there's so much possibility for you. You're so in demand. Take it as an opportunity to start exploring different industries, because every industry needs a writer. So that's one of the great things about being a content writer. There is a variety if you sort of position yourself properly. So those are 6 tips that you can apply as you start off your career as a content writer. I wish you the best of luck, and please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them to the best of my abilities. Of course, this is one of those positions where everybody's experience is a little different. Everybody's journey is a little bit different. I love to hear your journey as well. My name's Elliot Chan. I create content about writing, editing, content creations, and just my thoughts, really. So if you're interested in more, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. All the best. Take care.